Every woman knows the big red flags, the disrespect, the lying, the obvious bad behavior. But what really breaks a woman's heart are not the loud red flags. It's the silent ones. The small, subtle patterns you don't realize are dangerous until you're already emotionally attached. Until you've invested your time, your heart, your loyalty, and suddenly you're trying to figure out how you missed the signs that were right in front of you. Today, we're talking about the silent red flags women often ignore, but shouldn't. Let's begin. Silent red flag number 8, he has selective consistency. Consistency isn't about being perfect. It's about being stable. A man with selective consistency will be amazing one week, distant the next. Communicate deeply one day, disappear the next. Show interest only on his terms. Treat you well, but only when it benefits him. This pattern is subtle because it's not full-on inconsistency. It's inconsistency dressed up as effort. The early version of this looks like, I'm just busy. I've had a lot going on. I didn't see your message. But consistent behavior doesn't require reminders. A man who wants you doesn't forget you. This is a silent red flag because it creates emotional whiplash. A pattern where you're constantly trying to earn the good version of him again. Silent red flag number 2. He has deep conversations, but no real plans. This is one of the most deceptive red flags. A man can talk about relationships, the future, emotions, dreams, philosophy, loyalty, without actually committing to anything. He gives emotional intimacy without taking emotional responsibility. This feels like closeness, but it's not. It's connection without direction. When a man opens up emotionally, but never translates it into real-world decisions, you get stuck in a loop. Everything feels meaningful, but nothing moves forward. This silent red flag is dangerous because it keeps you emotionally invested while he avoids accountability. Silent red flag number 3. His apologies are perfect, his behavior isn't. Some men are gifted at apologies. They know exactly what to say. The right tone, the right timing, the right emotional beat. But here's the test. Does anything actually change? If the apology is deep, emotional, and sincere, but the behavior repeats, it's not an apology. It's management. This is a silent red flag because you times feel times heard, but you're not being respected. A real apology is not words, it's improved behavior. Silent red flag #4. He gets defensive over small things. This one is subtle because it doesn't show up immediately. It comes out slowly, over minor moments. You ask a simple question, he feels attacked. You express a boundary, he gets offended. You bring up a concern, he turns it into an argument. Defensiveness is a sign of emotional immaturity. And emotionally immature men cannot maintain healthy long-term relationships. This red flag doesn't explode. It drips into the relationship drop by drop until communication collapses. When he can't hear you, he can't love you well. It's that simple. Silent red flag number 5. He forgets the things that matter to you. Not your birthday. Not your name. Not the big things anyone can remember. The small things you told him. What makes you anxious? What makes you feel safe? What you dislike? Your boundaries. The way you prefer to be treated. Little details from your conversations. These are the things a man remembers when he cares. And the things a man forgets when he's not invested. If he remembers the things times he times needs, but forgets what times you times need, that's not forgetfulness. That's prioritization. Silently ignoring your emotional world is one of the biggest red flags there is. Silent red flag number 6. You always feel slightly uncertain around him. Not confused. Not scared. Not anxious. Just uncertain. Something feels off. Something feels unbalanced. Something feels like you're walking on shifting sand. Women often ignore this because the relationship times isn't bad. Asterisk. But uncertainty is your intuition whispering. This connection isn't stable. This person doesn't feel safe. This dynamic is unpredictable. Emotional uncertainty is the earliest sign of emotional disappointment. Silent red flag number 7. He only gives enough to keep you hopeful. This is the red flag that keeps women stuck the longest. He gives affection but not commitment. Time but not dependability. Words but not action. Chemistry but not emotional safety. He gives times just enough times for you to stay, but never enough for you to thrive. This creates a cycle psychologists call intermittent reinforcement, the same pattern that creates addictive relationships. And here's the truth. A man who truly sees your value doesn't give you crumbs. He gives you clarity. Final thoughts. The most dangerous red flags are the quiet ones. The pattern's so subtle, you mistake them for personality quirks or temporary phases. But you don't need to wait for pain to validate your intuition. Pay attention when his consistency feels conditional. His words don't match his actions. You feel unheard or dismissed. Your boundaries are forgotten. You feel uncertain more than you feel secure. He gives emotional intimacy but not real commitment. Red flags aren't warnings about him. They are reminders of what times you deserve. If this video helped you, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs this message today.